How are you doing? Good afternoon. I'm coming to a realization. Well, the realization I'm coming to is my mother and stepfather are sexual sadists, monsters behind their masks, who were literally trying to murder me. They'll claim, it was my choice, but they were trying to kill me while creating a facade they were trying to help me, especially in 2005 to 2011. In recent years, they're trying to do revisionist history. However, they had nefarious intentions. They were trying to cause neurological damage. And my parents are monsters behind their masks and sadistic torturers. Um, it's not. I mean, they were gaslighting me. But, I frankly think there should be an FBI investigation. However, my parents could do the narrative. We did intervene. You're thinking emotionally. We got you involved in mental health treatment. We cooked for you. We cleaned for you. We did not want to see you get hurt. On the contrary, we wanted the best for you. Somebody asks me, are my parents big enough fish for the FBI to want to fry? Unless my cousins, aunts, and uncles are millionaires, possibly billionaires, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to my knowledge, my stepfather worked at Cablevision. My mother worked at an insurance company. I don't know what my relatives' positions are. I suspect my cousin is a police officer. Another cousin I suspect is a professor. To my knowledge, they aren't, millionaires or possibly billionaires. They're just ordinary people. And could they be lying and gaslighting me? Yeah. Could everything be? Could my uncle have worked on The Sopranos? Could he be an actor? Yeah. But they say my mind is the chief persecutor. They say the problem is the way my mind works, not my parents lying and gaslighting me. My chains are internal, not maternal, as they say. My mother wasn't torturing me. My stepfather wasn't torturing me. They had good intentions. They weren't trying to kill me while creating a facade. They were trying to help me. I mean, lately, I've pretty consistently believed my mother and stepfather are monsters behind their masks. But maybe I need to realize they have good intentions. I know that's Dr. Garrett's analogy, the toggle switch delusion, going from your parents love you to they want to kill you, back to they love you, back to they want to kill you. In recent years, maybe they've reformed and changed their perspective, but I suspect from 2005 to 2011, at the very least, they were trying to literally murder me. Like, literally. I mean, they were creating a facade. They were trying to help me, but they wanted to see me drop dead. They were doing the old Owen Hart. They'll say it was your choice. You were doing self-harm and being self-destructive, but they wanted to see me drop dead. Somebody wants to know, does Dr. Garrett think rapid delusional mood swings, switching from your parents love you to they want to kill you back to they love you, is typical for schizoaffective patients? I don't know. I think they're lying. I think they're two-faced, my parents. I don't really know what Dr. Garrett's perspective is on that. But even if it's true, even if my parents were literally trying to murder me while creating a facade, they were trying to help me. Um, if you could put your parents in jail for abuse, the Supreme Court would be filled with people trying to sue and put their parents in jail. And, you know, it's just it's just not going to happen. I mean, did I have parents that were abusive that were probably trying to murder me? Yeah. However, you know, that's the that I mean, that's the deal. That's the hand I was dealt. And obviously, in recent years, they've reformed their ways, and it would be very difficult for me to live alone because of my disability. The schizoaffective, and I guess my mother does love me. She wasn't trying to murder me. Catch it, toggle the emotional switch off, and see my mother with the loving mother lens again. See her with the lens that she. I mean, I think my parents were only creating a facade. They were trying to help me. I think in secret they were torturing me, and the pharmacological abuse was premeditated. But they say my mind is the chief persecutor. My mind is the battlefield. My parents were not nefarious. My parents love me. It's delusions and schizoaffective disorder, not attempted murder. So that's what I need to. That's the realization I need to come to. It's delusions and schizoaffective disorder, not attempted murder. I say let's call a spade a spade. My parents are trying to murder me. They say let's call a spade a spade. You're delusional and schizoaffective. Maybe I should just call my father, drive up to my father's house, and go up there for dinner. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Get off the internet. The internet is just toxic at this point. Just drive up to my father's and go there for dinner. I'll give my father a call. I'll bring my medication. I'll take my medication as I'm leaving. I'm going to call my father and go up there for dinner. Why am I even posting on the internet? This is just toxic. Ruminating and obsessing about how my parents are nefarious is just toxic. Take my medication with me. Take my medication in front of my dad and go up there for dinner. That's just really what I should do. Get off social media. Go touch some grass, as Dave says. Somebody says, good idea. Get off social media. Adios, amigo. Run those delusions out. Have a fun time with my father. All right. Let me give him a call first. Let's see if he picks up. Well, I don't know if I necessarily want to call him on camera, but I'll call him on camera. Okay, it's ringing. This is Mr. Michael Oppenheimer with the Z Morning Zoo. This is Mr. Michael Oppenheimer. He didn't pick up. That's too bad. Somebody says send a text. I'll see if he calls me back.
Battery 100%. Connected to Moto G Power 5G2023. Battery 100%. Connected to Moto G Power 5G2023.
I mean, my father isn't really a big texter, and neither is my mother. They do text, but they don't really text. So in 5 days, it's my birthday. In 5 days, it's my birthday. I'm going to be turning 37 years old. The big 37. I was born in 1987. At some point, I was 11. Soon I'm going to be 37. I was born in 1987. I was born in 1987. At some point, I was 11. Soon I'm going to be 37. I was born in 1987. Yeah, I created that song in, I guess, 2015 when I was 27 years old. But now I can do it again because I'm 37. The next year I can do it is when I'm 47, assuming I live that long. So, enjoy it. This only comes around once every 10 years. 57, 67. I can do it every year that ends in 7. So he says, I'm going to live till I'm 92. I hope so. I hope I live that long, just so I can say, fuck you. I saw a joke that a comedian made. I'm not taking credit for this joke. But he said, you know, if Keith Richards outlives, who's that guy? Something Simmons. I want to say Gene Simmons, but I think that's the guy from Kiss. Richard Simmons? Is it Gene Simmons or Richard Simmons? Who's the Simmons that just died? Richard Simmons. If Keith Richards could outlive Richard Simmons, the exercise guy who eats right and does exercise, you know, I think all bets are off. But no, I do agree. Obviously, having a healthy diet and taking care of your health, and you know, is the key. Maybe it's because Keith Richards got a lot of happiness and he got a lot of girlfriends and stuff. I don't think Richard Simmons got a lot of ladies. He seemed, you know, so maybe women is the key to longevity. TV says Cold Stone ice cream is the key to longevity. Maybe. So he says Richard Simmons was a homosexual. Oh, was he? So not many women. That would explain the lack of women. He did live a long life, though. I think he lived into his 70s. Yeah, I would be happy with. I'd be happy if I died at 76 years old. You know, that would be a life well lived for me. I mean, I want to live older than that, but 76 is a life well lived. Because, you know, for all intents and purposes, I could have been dead at 21. So if I live till 76 years old, you know, I'll be happy. I'll be like, wow, that's good. You know, I want to outlive the people that thought I was going to drop dead at, you know, in my 20s. Just as kind of like poetic justice. I mean, just because it would be like, wow, they all thought Andrew was going to drop dead. Meanwhile, Andrew lives the longest life. And I want to live a happy life, too, a successful life, not a miserable life. I want to not only outlive the people who were bullying me, but I also want to, you know, live a happy, successful, healthy life. I mean, we don't know what the future holds. Maybe I could get a cancer diagnosis at my next physical, but it would be kind of hilarious, you know? It would be totally poetic justice. And I'm not wishing early death on anybody, really. I'm just saying it would just be cool if I lived longer than them. I'm not wishing pain, suffering, or early death on anybody. In fact, I wish them all a long life, I guess. So it says, justice is a dish best served poetic. And also sometimes, reality isn't always, black and white. There are things that are shades of gray. I mean, sometimes, obviously somebody likes narratives that somebody is pure evil. Meanwhile, things can be shades of gray in life. And anybody who had, there are examples of people who are pretty much just despicable, evil people. Let's say like serial killers or some of the Nazis who just become really. But even the Nazis, like, it's their government. I don't know. Somebody asks me, have I ever met somebody who is pure evil? They say when you do meet somebody who is pure evil, you'll know it, and you feel sick to your stomach, and you start to shake, and you start to feel cold, and do you guys see anybody present in my life who is pure evil? From your perspective, Rusty says no. Obviously they say if you when you I was talking to this guy who worked in the maintenance department. He says sometimes you'll see somebody in your life who is pure evil, and he says that and you'll feel chilled, you feel sick to your stomach, and you'll know you're encountered somebody who is pure evil. It exists out there. He said, I don't know who put it here, but there are people in this world that are pure fucking evil, and it exists. Somebody says, my mom seems like a sweetheart. My dad seems like a cool dude. Somebody says, dogs can sense pure evil. Poppy seems quite chill and relaxed. Do you think my stepfather is pure evil, or do you think he's a good person too? I know when I mentioned, when my stepfather came into a Dr. Garrett session, he got emotional. He started crying about me. And my Dr. Garrett said, it's impossible to fake that kind of emotion. You know, if he didn't genuinely care about me in some way, he would be unable to do that. That kind of emotion is literally impossible to fake. So that leads me to believe, unless Dr. Garrett was lying, but it leads me to believe my stepfather genuinely cares about me in his way. And which means my mother and father and stepfather are not two-faced, and they want me to succeed, so. Somebody says your stepfather is probably a decent guy too. So I guess the moral of the story is I don't recognize anybody in my life at the moment who is pure evil. Correct? Correct. And I know some people tried to paint me out to be a psychopath. Some people tried to paint me out to be a monster. Some people tried to paint me out to be a bad person. But I don't think that's true either. I think I am sick with schizoaffective. I think I am not a bad guy, and we've cited many examples of me feeling emotional and empathetic about, friends, family members, and so on. So I think ultimately, things are just shades of gray at times, Somebody says, you're not a monster, you're just unwell. Yeah, correct. I think that's mentally unstable. In fact, I think I'm a sweetheart, and I was a sweet kid, a loving kid, but very unwell, very mentally unstable. at least at the moment. You may, I mean, could I like literally like, yeah. But I think I'm a kind of like a sweet kind of person who wears his heart on his sleeve. I'm very honest, and I'm a very, you know, but a lot of people think I'm sick with schizoaffective, which is bad, which is obviously bad. I know some people had a narrative about me many years ago that I was a psychopath, but that's not true. In fact, we've cited examples of why that's not true in psychiatry. I'm not sure exactly what they were. Same for sociopath. And I don't even have narcissistic personality disorder. I don't have autism. I think what they determined was the diagnosis is symptomatic schizoaffective disorder, which is basically schizophrenia with a mood disorder. That's my diagnosis, and that's a bad diagnosis. I don't know. Schizophrenia, is that bad? I think it is bad. Yeah. So I wasn't the Long Island psychopath. I was the Long Island schizo. You're wrong. The Long Island schizo. Did I ever listen to Static X? I've heard a song or two, but I wasn't really a fan of Static X, to be honest with you, Rusty. The Long Island schizo. You're going to... Should I change my name instead of Andrew the Android Koloski? Should I go to Andrew the Long Island Schizo Koloski? I mean, that sounds a little bit more intimidating. Androids are pretty intimidating though too. And Dragon Ball Z uses that. Androids are pretty intimidating. Maybe I don't want to make light of mental health challenges. So maybe I'll stick with the Android. The Long Island Schizo. Somebody says, drop my first and last name and just go with Long Island Schizo, like the Brooklyn Brawler. Yes, it's a good call, Rusty. That's a good call. So there is somebody who I probably owe an apology to, and I plan to do it, and make no excuses. However, you know, there are things I suspect. I suspect hidden realities, and I suspect, people were bullying, and so I'm kind of ashamed and just kind of want to hide and just not even see the person. But and I'm ashamed, and I think I have neurological damage. So maybe I'll just sit in my apartment, or maybe I'll be the big man and realize nobody is looking at me critically. Don't feel self-conscious about who I am, and just apologize. Just try to be friendly. Make no excuses. Take some photos. And I feel like I'm a broken vegetable mind. You know, so if people want to see me and they come in peace, that's a cool thing. I like people who come in peace and don't want to look down on me, so to speak. Just like it's like yeah. If you're coming just to see the freak show, just yeah. But if you're coming and just if you're coming to just enjoy the freak show and you're getting pleasure from the freak show, okay, just. But if you have good intentions and you come in peace, all right, yeah, we'll have fun. Where do you want me to go Tuesday, Rusty? So he says the Brooklyn Brawler was a really bad in-ring wrestler. Well, he was yeah. What new metal bands did I like? I liked Limp Bizkit. I liked Linkin Park. I liked Stained. What are some other new metal bands? Was Stained new metal? Let's see. System of a Down. Was Stained new metal? I don't know what Stained's genre is. Let's see what their genre is. No, they're not new metal. Oh no, are they new metal? No, yeah, they are. Stained is new metal. Hey, Sleeves, how you doing? Yeah, maybe it's like the Stained song for you. It's like, although my parents weren't pure evil, I'm sitting locked inside my head, remembering everything they said. The silence gets us nowhere way too fast, kind of one of those deals. All their insults and their curses make me feel like I'm not a person. And I feel like I am nothing, but they love me in their own weird fucking way. I'm like Aaron Lewis. Maybe I should change my name to Andrew Lewis. Because I'm like Aaron Lewis. Oh no, I gotta change Andrew. So Waters. So I need an android. Krillin Lewis. No, I'm not Krillin. What's it? Vegeta Lewis. Maybe that's my new name, Vegeta Lewis. Goku Lewis. It's Goku Lewis. Oh man. So I need to realize there's going to be no FBI investigation here. There's going to be no arrests. And the only person, and if there is an FBI investigation and arrests, it's going to be me going to the psychiatric hospital, not my parents going to jail for attempted murder. It's going to be me getting locked in the psych ward. There's going to be no Supreme Court case. So catch it, end it, toggle the emotional switch off. There's gonna be no. The FBI is not gonna like raid the house and lock my parents in prison. And even if they did, let's say hypothetically speaking, the FBI raided the house and locked my parents in prison. Then what? Like I don't know how to function without my parents. What do I do? I'd be screwed. Just like your parents are getting locked in prison for attempted murder. How do I function independently? I don't do that. Be like, oh shit, mom's in prison. I have to live independently now. So toggle the emotional switch off, and try to realize maybe I need an alternate medication. I mean, obviously, it'd be like throwing me into the deep end of independence. And obviously, I'm 37, going to be 37 years old in just 5 days. So, I mean, it's going to happen. My mother's going to pass away sooner rather than later. I mean, hopefully not, but I mean, it's just the natural progression of life. And, you know, and even if she doesn't pass away, she's getting older and older and unable to take care of me. So, on that note, the best way to be is independent and being able to take care of yourself. Nobody wants to take care of you. And, you know, so this is eventually you have to take care of your mother. Maybe my brother will get that responsibility. I don't think that responsibility, you know, it's the cycle of life. Somebody said, "What if your mom switched bodies and fixed your life?" Well, she would have to like fix my brain because there's something. I don't know if there's something neurologically damaged in my brain or something wrong with my brain. I don't know what the story is. I don't know if I was born this way or if, you know, I just have something wrong with my brain, but. Somebody says it's called a chemical imbalance, buddy. So if my mother switched brains with me, maybe she could fix my life. There's something really seriously wrong with my brain. Somebody says, hence why you need some medications. Somebody says it's an illness. You were born that way, but illness doesn't have to define you. I suspect maybe I didn't get enough hydration in my running years from 2005 to 2011. I mean, it's a suspicion, certainly. And maybe I fried my brain because I wasn't drinking enough while I was running or wasn't getting enough nutrition. It's certainly a theory. Which is why it's important to get yourself a glass of that cool water, you know? Somebody asks me, wasn't I unwell before that? Well, no, not really. You know, I think in high school and middle school, I was getting severely bullied and was isolated and, you know, didn't really know how to socialize very much. But 2005 is when I started running. And maybe that's when I fried my brain. I don't know. That's what I was officially hospitalized in 2011. I don't know. I don't know if I was born this way or if I have neurological damage. Regardless, it is what it is. Even if I do have neurological damage, I mean, what are we going to do about it? It's the nature-nurture debate, you know? Was it bullying? Was it, you know, the running and lack of hydration? Was I born this way? You know, I don't know. Or a little bit of everything. I know some people say it could be a little bit of everything, you know? I'm looking at the bubbly seltzer water, and I asked, was I born this way? And it said 0. You know, 0 means You were not born this way. It was neurological damage from lack of hydration. It was the bullying. I'm getting messages from the bubbly can. It's ideas of reference. Looking at a bubbly can and thinking you're getting messages from bubbly doesn't make any sense. Like I'll ask, did my parents pharmacologically abuse me and have nefarious premeditated intent? Then I'll see 0. Oh no, they love me. Then I'll see this. 50. 50 means 10. 10 means yes. Yes, my parents did it to me. I'm like lost with the numbers, you know. You think I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. I get ideas of reference from numbers, and I look at everything on a scale from 1 to 10. Baby, you were born this way. Put your paws up. Baby, you were born this way. You were born the Long Island Schizo. If you say so. I see 1. I'm looking at it. Says somebody has a post that was from 1 day ago, and it says it's a lie. So I'm thinking, obviously, was it really lack of hydration, pharmacological abuse that fried my brain? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a psychiatrist. I want somebody to be honest and transparent with me. Baby, you were born this way. Now I'm seeing 20. 20 hours ago something was posted. That's a 10. That means I was born this way. Nature, nurture. I don't know. All right, guys. Any last questions or comments? I think I'm going to wrap this up. I mean, everybody stopped talking for whatever reason. Let's have a good one. Adios, amigos and amigas. Peace out.